I'm just going out to meet people, it's a date night or lunch date, or I'm just going out for shopping. For that I need something flawless, but at the same time in the real life I have to look very normal, except for like eyeliner and lipstick. That is all right, but I should not have a very heavy base for that. In a real life world, I'm facing people, too many people around me, and there's no cameras and there is no videos and stuff, so I want this kind of makeup for that. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to do voice makeup today, because I'm not used to do this, because I just do it just like the way I want, and I just give a background music and I post my makeup videos. But today I thought maybe I should share my views about the products which I'm using, and maybe I can tell you in detail what products I'm using. So I thought I'm going to do it with a voice. So without any delay, let's get started. Okay, now first I'm going to prime my face. So I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus face primer. It is just like this. This is one of my favorite primer, because it is not silicone based, it is not gel based. It's a very nice light creamy kind of, as you can see. So I like the texture of the cream very much. Since I have a very dry skin, I don't like silicone based primer. It makes my skin more dry, so I just like to use this kind of. It just makes my skin feel so light, and it just absorbs in skin in no minute. I like the way it looks. So this is one of my favorite primers. We are normal people, someone who loves makeup or someone who is very passionate about doing makeup cannot afford a Smashbox primer or a Huda Beauty primer, and it is absolutely not necessary. I want something for my day-to-day life when I'm seeing people in real life. I want to be more presentable, and I want my skin to be more flawless, so that I can invest on a product of maybe 20 to 30 ml product for just around 500 bucks. I am not a person who wants to invest in a product which cost 5,000 bucks. I think it's a way too much, and I think it is absolutely not necessary. So as usual, you must have been seen in my most of the videos, I use this LA Color Pro Conceal Orange Corrector. This is one of the favorite orange correctors for me, because dark skin people can tend to have more pigmentation than the people who are fair, and when you have to cover this kind of pigmentation around the mouth and nose area, it is best to use an orange corrector, because this really conceals that too much of darkness around your mouth. So I just love this step in my everyday routine too. If I really have time to apply, I surely will do this step. So let's correct with the orange corrector. It takes only few minutes, so I'm just gonna use it around the mouth where I really have this pigmentations. Blend this out well. So I'm going to do this off camera and just come back. You can just see my face now. This orange corrector has worked so well. It has done magic to my face. Almost all of those darkness, pigmentation has disappeared. So let's conceal. Always use a concealer which is the shade of your skin tone, because the one concealer you must have seen me using repeatedly. I don't think I don't have anything else apart from Wet n Wild Dark Cocoa. So this is how the packaging looks, and I've shown you many number of times in my videos. So let's go ahead and conceal. So I'm done blending. You can see all my blemishes is almost disappeared, and my skin looks so flawless, and I like this kind of base for my real life look, because I just want to look the same color of what I am, and I'm not going to highlight anything with any kind of, you know, lighter shade concealer or the foundation. So this is exactly of my skin tone, so it is so very well blended into my skin, and I'm going to use a little bit of foundation just to dab here and there, or else you can avoid it and you can just go ahead to use a BB cream which is exactly of your shade. When you go in for your you know, a lighter shade, it can really look very bad in the real life world. My foundation, I'm going to use the Rimmel London Match Perfection primer in the shade Noisette. So this is how the packaging looks. I have used in my earlier videos too. I'm just going to pump out only one drop so you can see just a bit. I'm going to dab it here and there where I have missed out to use the, you know, foundation. Very little bit. That's it. So let's blend it off camera. Just if you can see me in person, you won't make out that I have applied too much of, you know, concealer or foundation. It's absolutely the way I wanted it to be, and it's perfect for any kind of, you know, look. It's just going to be your, you know, no makeup look with just a nice lipstick and a mascara is perfectly all right. And you're going to use a very nice winged eyeliner with a superb you know, eyeshadow. You're going to blend in some nice colors and play with colors. Yes, superb. And I'm just going to go with a very good red lipstick. Yes, of course it does. So it is very important to create a flawless base. Okay, moving on to the powder. We should always use compact powder instead of loose powder in the real life you know, makeup look. Why? Because I think it just gives that too much of powdery effect to use loose powder if you're baking and stuff. So I just prefer it to be very, just to cover this, you know, a little oiliness that I have for this foundation. I think the compact will do its job. Let's move on to this compact. Dusted the excess. I'm going to use this around my eyes where I have used most of the concealers, and I'm just going to dab out here. So I'm going to use it on the cheeks too. I'm just going to leave this contour part a bit because I'm not going to use powder there. I'll just use some powder compact over there. See, it just blends into my skin so well. It has not improved my complexion, but it has just brightened up my complexion. What exactly the makeup has to do. So I don't want to look just odd when I go out in the sunlight or in the daylight. My skin should look flawless at the same time. It should not look that I have appeared like 100 layers of foundation, and that really doesn't look really good. So I like it this way when it is a real life, you know, makeup look. So we'll move on to the next step. So let's give a little, you know, dimension to this face, because we have concealed it and we have just given this flat kind of, you know, base. So it may look a little, you know, non-dimensional when you just give this leave this makeup look just as it is with the foundation and the compact. I just have to create a little dimension, so I'm just going to use this LA Color Pro contour powder. This is a powder, highlighter and the contour. This is a completely matte finished powder. This is a superb one if you're light-handed, you don't want the contour to be very strong and not the powder no, cream contour. You can really use this. This is a nice shade. I think it's in the shade medium to deep. You always go upwards from doing the fish shape You can see the contour now. Okay, most probably pinkish kind of blush looks really, very pale, and it actually can flatten your features for dark skinned people, but a nice orangish kind of saffron orangish kind of blush can really give that flush and glow for the dark skinned people. So I always prefer something orange. If you don't really have, don't worry, you have kind of reddish orangish lipsticks, you can use it as a blush. I don't really have any orange blush with me because I hardly use blushes. So I have this lipstick from Faces. It is Natural Earth, and this exactly looks like this in front of the camera, but it has a very nice orangish undertone. So I'm going to just dab this here, and that's it. So let's blend it in. That's so I'm just going to blend it in nicely. See, it's completely done. That's giving a kind of very nice natural glow, and that contour is just perfectly set in the face, and it is absolutely not overdone. So this look is perfect. This base is perfect for any kind of look you want to carry. Eyebrows, I'm using this Music Flower Longwear Gel Eyeliner. This is in the shade brown. I absolutely love this gel to use it to fill it my brows. This just sits on place, and I love the perfection and completion look after using this. I've been using this from a very long time now. I love the finish of this gel. So let's get started. I don't really like the pencil kind of very pale looking. Always use brown gel or brown pencils for filling your brows, because it actually black doesn't really look good on dark skin people. It may actually be too dark and it really won't work that well. So always use brown. But you can see I've completed the brows. So when you're filling up the brows, you always have to keep one thing in your mind, is that towards the inner corners it has to be very light and give a very little amount of product, and when you're going towards the middle and the edges, you can darken up. So always use dark brown to brownish kind of brow products to fill in your brows. That is kind of look really realistic, not very artificial. As I have shared one kind of thing with you when I did a hair coloring video, that is, we don't really have a very jet black hair. The same way we don't have jet black eyebrows too, so it has to be in kind of very dark brown, very natural. So that's it about the brows. So let's move to the next step. Coming to the eyeshadows, I love this LA Color Socialite palette very much. This is one of the best pick I have ever got, and it has a color combination something like this. It has a color combination something like this. It has very nice browns and dark maroon and orange kind of colors to use a transition, and very nice glitter combinations like highlighters or some nice dark ones over here in dark pink and golden and nice shimmery shades. This really looks good on the dark skin people. So let's use 2 or 3 transition shades like this one, and orange here. Use the orange kind of colors as a transition with a nice fluffy brush, and just this is a transition place, that is a socket of your eye, and just blend it outwards. Okay, just dab extras, just run over your eye sockets and your So this is the finished look of this matte shades. I'm just going to do my lower lashes lash line again with the same brown, and I'm just going to take this one as extra brown here to just give a dark look, because it may look really pale. So I'm just going to add a little brown for this. So the eyeshadow part is done, and next move on to the kajal, and we'll finish off with the lipstick and the highlighter. I'm just going to use this NY by Kajal to just smudge out the lower and the upper lash lines. So let's get started. So let's blend this kajal out. I'm using this kind of a blender, little strong brush to blend the kajal. Okay, now I blended out the kajal well, and this is how it looks. And let's finish off with the mascara and the lipstick. Okay, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus Waterproof Mascara. Lipsticks, I'm going to use this Maybelline, I think this is, if I'm not wrong, Creamy Matte in the shade Nude Nuance. So this is how the shade, it's a new shade. It will not really look that good. I'm going to line up with another lipstick, that is the Stay Quickie one. If I don't know the number, I think it's 19, and the color looks just like this mauvey pink color. So I'm going to outline with this color, and I'm going to fill it with the Nude Nuance. End look will be like this. So it's just kind of very matte and nude, so I'm going to add some bling. So I'm going to highlight and add gloss to my lips. Rimmel Oh My Gloss in the shade, if I'm not wrong, 150. They don't have a name, but there's shade number 150. So this is Oh My Gloss Rimmel. So I'm going to just add this. Okay, the final part is the highlighting part. For that, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. So this is how the packaging looks, and this is a wonderful highlighter for the dark skin people. This is kind of a little nice golden and bronzy kind of look. It really goes well with the medium skin tone and deep skin tone people. This is a nice golden and bronzy kind of highlighter. So you have to use a very little product. So always dab a little and then you can build it up, but don't pick too much of product. I'm going to use this fan brush to pick the product. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a very little amount, just on the highlighting areas, on the cheekbone, on here, on the brow bones, very little. See, it gives a super sheen. It's amazing. You have to use a very the next place would be my tip of the nose. Okay, very little, and then I'm going to use on the bridge a little bit. See, it is a game changer. On the chin, or the cupid bow is a little That's it, not too much. Okay, then I'm going to use a little here. Little over here. These are the highlighting points that actually, when it comes to the hairstyle, I don't really use any kind of heat tools or any kind of styling tools, because it damages my hair. And it's I did wash my hair 2 days back, and this is how it looks after 2 days. It's very nicely set, and I really like this. I don't think everyday basis you really need styling tools and straighten your hair. The way it looks, it does look good. So I think we all have to follow this kind of routine in this very busy world, instead of straightening up your hair every day and spending a lot of time, a lot of money and all such goods. So that's it. I hope you enjoy watching this video. I love doing this tutorial because I have never done a voice makeup video before. It was kind of a very new experience for me. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope this will be useful to recreate for you guys when you go out there in real life world. So until next time, it's Zibba signing off. Tada, bye bye.